Warning, this footage contains explicit advanced cloud chasing builds. Do not attempt these type of builds without understanding safety precautions involving voltages, currents, resistance, and Ohm's law. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright everyone, take out your vape tools, and what are we going to need? You're going to need your 22 gauge Kanthal wire along with your 33 and 26 gauge Kanthal, wire cutters and pliers. You're going to need screwdrivers, you're going to need a drill gun for this, and you're also going to need your ohm meter, so play it safe guys, check your resistance. Right now I have 6 feet of 33 gauge and 3 feet of 22 gauge, which I am bending the end part of the 22 gauge and wrapping the 33 gauge 10 times around the 22 gauge and sticking that end part into the drill gun and securely tightening it. Now you want to have your thumb and index finger holding intact of the 22 gauge while slowly moving your hands away from the drill gun, and you can feel the 33 gauge wrapping itself around the 22 gauge. Here you can see the 22 gauge at the very end as I'm holding the 33 gauge on my right hand. Now I am going to pull out the 22 core and stretch out the Clapton coil that was wrapped around the 22 gauge. Stretch it out about twice its length, maybe just a little bit more. Now you're going to insert your 26 gauge through that stretch out 33 gauge Clapton. Once you get that 26 gauge in there, you're going to break it down into thirds. You're going to need 3 of those. Now twist these 3 the opposite direction the Clapton coil is wrapped. It should turn out to be looking something like this. Now that you got your coil made, we're going to grab some e-juice and we're going to apply it onto the coil that you just made and have somebody to hold your drill gun, that way it doesn't drop down, and simply just slide your finger down while lubing it at the same time. Now what we're going to do here is flatten all these little loops right here. That's where your scales kind of come in, and you're going to grab your pliers and we're going to go down it 3 times. And there you go. Now you got your Clapton 33/22. Now let's begin building our coil with a 1/8 drill bit. I'm doing a 4 wrap, dual. Now depending on which RDA you're using, my leads aren't gonna fit, so I'm going to use my pliers to squeeze the 2 legs, and that way it could fit inside the RDA a lot easier, depending on which RDA you're using, of course. And now fire it evenly. You could use a little flathead to get it evenly fire by simply adjusting the coils left and right until you get that sweet spot.
I think it's tropical toucan, but I'm not sure. Does it have neck? No.